Hello, we're BLOWFUSE and we're gonna be in Caixa Negra. Hell yeah. Caixa Negra!
Olá amigos, muito bem-vindos a mais uma Caixa Negra. Hoje a Caixa Negra muda de idioma para receber os nossos amigos catalães. Prevemos que seja uma misturada entre espanhol e inglês, mas o que realmente importa é conhecer estes amigos, saber o que já fizeram e o que andam a fazer e muito, muito mais. Hoje a Caixa Negra recebe os BLOWFUSE. Olá chicos, bem-vindos. Welcome to
Hola
Caixa
a todos, bienvenidos a la Caixa Negra. Es un gran placer tenervos aquí. Estoy preparados?
Estão preparados.
Obrigado.
It's a pleasure to be here, guys.
Yeah,
Who
man.
is rehearsing for 3 days in a row this sentence.
That small Catalan talk was
Yeah.
3 days to get there.
Good job, good job.
So, BLOWFUSE was formed in 2008 under the name of Godfarts. Good name, by the way. And it was born from the friendship of 4 friends, Oscar, Sergi, Jan, and Ricard. How would you describe your career from back in the days of Godfarts until the latest album, the Fourth Wall?
So we've evolved so much. Like at first, the idea of having a band was just like something for fun, and we started without even knowing how to play an instrument, except for Victor and Oscar. We didn't know how to play an instrument, but we just knew that we were very enthusiastic about music, and so we said like, hey, let's go, let's get started and see what happens. And so we didn't think a lot of like what our goal was. We just started to write music and play with friends, and yeah, the band that came up, and we started to play shows around our city first, and then all around Spain, and then Portugal, and it kept going bigger and bigger and bigger. And there was at this point in 2013 that we said to each other like, okay, this is like, what are we going to do with this? Because this project is no more just for fun. I think like we all said like, okay, let's try to make it bigger, and so what are our expectations on this? So we decided to change the name to BLOWFUSE. We put out our first album called Into the Spiral, and we said, okay, fuck it, let's do it. Let's tour all around Europe, and yeah, the rest is history.
How did you accomplish that jump from the garage band playing with your friends to the jumping to okay, let's make
To
it
the
serious.
world stages.
Let's go bigger. How did that happen? Who found you?
Well, I think it's so a lot of people would always say, and we'll always talk in life in general about luck, and I rather think that it's because of us, because of the attitude that we had. Since the beginning, we were very enthusiastic with punk rock and with music and with this project, and we were giving our 100%, our 200%, and that led us to play. Well, we started to play a lot in Barcelona, and then there was David Peret from HFMN crew. He was starting to organize a lot of punk rock shows in Barcelona, specifically in Estraperlo, a very cool venue that we have in Badalona. And he saw us, and he said, well, these guys play a lot. They have some fans already. They're growing. They're giving their 100%. I need some openers for our bands, for our tours. So he count on us, and we were becoming bigger and bigger. So it was a win-win. He won an opener with fans. We won opportunities to play with our favorite bands. Like at the beginning, we were opening for The Unseen, Static Thought, Rat City Riot, and like more smaller punk bands. And then we end up playing with Face to Face, with Pennywise on 2018. Then with, and then eventually with Bad Religion, with Offspring, Pennywise, and all these guys.
Yeah. So your this interview was lined with João Alves, your from Infected Records. Props to him. It was him that presented me to BLOWFUSE when he gave this album to my kid. Yeah, and I love it. And this to remember the beginning in 2008, what were your main influences that shaped your sound?
Wow. So I think this has varied a lot, but we've always kept like open mind. There wasn't just punk rock, and if you pay attention on the very first record, like you can see that it's not just Pennywise, Bad Religion on it. Like there are other stuff buried beneath it, right? But what has changed for sure is our lack of fear to show it. Like on the first record, we were like, what kind of what kind of music do we play? Oh yeah, it's punk rock, so we have to do this, and you know, like follow the path. And yeah, maybe no, but yeah, let's go straight. But little by little, we said like, let's try this. And in the end, like on the fourth wall, our last record, we said, fuck it, let's do whatever the fuck we want to.
Wow.
And yeah, and you, I mean, you can tell.
Yeah,
every song
you
is
made your own
different.
formula.
And I think like for me, one of our biggest accomplishment for sure is that even that each song is different, you can hear, you can feel that it's one main thing, like it's BLOWFUSE.
Yeah, it's BLOWFUSE for sure. From the beginning to the end of the record, it's all BLOWFUSE. What does the fourth wall mean?
What does the fourth wall mean? It has a lot of different meanings, but we liked how it sounded, first of all. Second, regarding the meanings, I would say that in general we are very reflective people, and our lyrics show that.
Actually,
the fourth wall, it means, well, first of all, in the cinema language, there's one concept that it's the fourth wall is that line or that wall that divides the actors from the audience, right? So that moment where the actors break the wall and can talk directly to the wall. It was a funny meaning, but the one that we were thinking, it's the fourth dimension. It's the fourth. It's that dimension that it's not seen. It's not seen. And well, actually, my brother and I, we like in regards of awareness and spirituality, there's kind of a very ancient school that it's called the fourth
way.
The fourth way, and it was also like kind of a reference to this. Um, Basically, you can see here in the artwork, in the cover of the album, that
Yeah.
there's a kid that it's
On the corner.
he's in the corner, but there's some lines drawn on the wall, which actually
Make a cue.
real. It's not made by artificial intelligence or like with laptop or anything. We literally were drawing the lines, and from a specific perspective with the camera. So from the camera that you can see that those lines align, and it seems like a box. But if you move a little bit the camera, it doesn't seem a box anymore. It like you can see that it's drawing. So, and what's the meaning of that? It's a person that it's locked into his own prison, which really faces the truth that the prison is always internal and not external. Because sometimes, I would say that our punk rock is kind of different to most of the punk rock that you can see, because sometimes some punk bands, they complain about stuff that happens outside. No, this person is a motherfucker, or the government, or the police, or whatever.
System.
We started like this as well, but at the end, what we realize is that the real enemy is us. Is us, that we that limits us to
The
be.
struggles are inside you.
Exactly. So in a way, it faces what we wanted to explain is specifically this our own prison.
Yeah, for sure. And even the songs, I guess, the meaning of some of the songs link to that. The State of Denial, Wish, or all of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that album, what is the most meaningful song for you?
Oof,
Hard
In
question.
terms of lyrics, you mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Concerning the message, which song is the most powerful in your opinion?
to me, I think I just came to my mind, but maybe next day, the day after this one, it's gonna be a different opinion. But now, I'm thinking of I Give You My Word. I Give You My Word is very, very simple, has a simple lyrics, but I love the original meaning, which is I'm doing my best, and I'm saying it to myself, even if the song is talking to someone else, but in the end it's like an inner, it's like a mantra, it's like you're doing your best, so give yourself love and don't worry about it. You're doing your best.
It's an own motivation.
Yeah,
You are
exactly.
motivating yourself to know that you're doing whatever you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And you.
You?
For me, I think it's move on. You know why? Because actually, this is a very good moment to move on.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I guess so.
We'll get there.
it really talks about you trying to tell other people to move on, but at the end, it's a message that you give to yourself as well. Like, just move on, don't look back.
No matter
Go
what.
straight ahead. You need to follow a path and never look back, because the next thing is going to be better than the one before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about live concerts that you gave, because your energy on stage is legendary, I would say. How do you prepare it to maintain that level on tour? In every night you step up with the same level of energy and craziness. How do you do that? Do you go to the gym every morning or what?
No, it's natural. Like it's natural for us. Like we have never spoken about it. Like no, we have to do this and these movements. No, it's like no.
Like a
We-
boys
we-
band?
Yeah. Like we actually make fun of this. Like it's kind of the opposite. It's like
Do whatever you
try
want.
to let ourselves go with the music, and it's always been like this. and actually we've loved those bands that like when you go to a rock show and watch a band go crazy, it's very inspiring. It's like wow, I love, I would love to feel what they are feeling, right? So
Yeah.
not on purpose, but I think I would like to think that this is what we can give to the audience, right? Like I hope they feel the same that I'm feeling this way. Instead of
It's a way to connect. It's a way to connect with the audience because when they see you living the music like that, they also live the music
Yeah.
like that. And
Exactly.
I guess you from stage you can see that on the audience.
and it's not just music, right? Like you go to a show, a music show, not just for the music. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a social environment, right? Like there's more people, there's the audience, there's something magical
The
happening.
whole package.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to say that when we were younger, we were we were very young, and we were like, okay, how are we gonna how are we going to play live? Like, what are we gonna do? And I remember that we came to the conclusion that one thing is to listen to the music, and the other thing is to be in front of the people. And we realized that this is a big part of the engaging to the people, no? And then also it was very natural since the beginning from us to be like this, like crazy, while we were playing our favorite music. And also I have to say that we are very influenced by the bands that we've listened to. Like, of course, RKL, Rich Kids on LSD. They're also very crazy in this on stage.
Yeah.
But in our defense, I have to say that we were already crazy before discovering RKL. So it was like very, very natural for us.
and we don't do drugs.
And we
That's
don't-
the main difference.
and I was
Yeah.
gonna, I was also gonna add that people think that maybe before going to stage we drink, we take drugs, we whatever, and we are kind of boring people. we do sports, we do yoga, we meditate, we read, we talk
That's amazing, man. That's
before
amazing.
going to stage, and people are like, "Come on, guys! Like, you should." And we're like, "No, no, this is who we are. This is who we are." Um, and I think you can see that also in the lyrics, or sometimes when Oscar speaks, gives a speech, for example, it's like people would love us to be drug addicts, but
Crazy.
we're just the healthiest people in the world.
Yeah.
Are,
You-
are,
you
are
know-
you into the straight edge movement?
Estás a gostar? Então apoia o Underground Nacional, subscreve o canal, faz like, deixa o teu comentário e partilha pelas tuas redes. Sim? Junta-te a nós. Anda!
Well, we discovered the straight edge when we were kids, because in our family, both my brother and I, we had family involved with alcohol and also cigarettes. So for us, it was already like we were kind of anti-drugs. And then when we started to go to concerts, we were 14 years old, like we were very, very young.
Yeah.
We started to go to the hardcore shows in Barcelona, and there was some straight edge. So we discovered that movement, and it really made a lot of sense for us. So we became straight edge for a couple years, maybe 3-4 years or something. We also discovered the straight edge hardcore, like Youth of Today, Side by Side, and all these bands that we love. We
Mind
even
the trends.
we even had a hardcore band, both my brother and I, with two other guys. And then I think naturally we realized that we didn't need to be part of a movement, because we just didn't need to tell everybody, hey, I'm part of straight edge, I don't take drugs. So for us, it has always been like this. We don't drink alcohol, we don't smoke, we don't take drugs. We're very healthy in general.
And you live your life at the fullest, so you're fucking straight edge, man.
I guess. So
No,
people
you're the core straight edge, not the phony straight edge, because you live by those principles, and you don't need to say that you are.
Exactly. This is what I was trying to say. Yeah.
By the way, I have a joke. Do you know how to identify a vegetarian guy? He will tell you.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Lovely.
So,
Very good. Go ahead.
maintaining the conversation about concerts, what was your most memorable concert of your career so far?
And you have a few that should be legendary.
I guess I'm not gonna give you the answer that you're looking for, but I'm gonna give you the honest one.
Yeah.
It's
Please do.
it's not like, for me, the best show is not the biggest one. I have a few in my head right now that were very small but special. Like it was special to play there with maybe, I don't know, 50, 100 people, but it was awesome. And not just because the show, it was because of everything, like the people that we were surrounded by, that conversation that happened, that we talked about, but yeah, I guess you're gonna tell them, right? The
Yeah.
biggest ones.
I'm thinking about many, but the last show of the Japan tour in Tokyo was incredible because we were playing the first day that we played in Japan. We played in Tokyo, and the last day as well. So it was 4 days, first and fourth, and we played, and there was like 200 or 250 people, and it was nuts. It was nuts. It was crazy, and there was a lot of fans from Japan. That was amazing. But I can think of many. Punk in Drop League. We played with all the Fat Records bands in the north of Spain, in the States.
Isn't that great to go to the other side of the globe and
to be known.
and see different cultures understanding your music and applauding what you do?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Tell me how does that feel?
It's crazy. We went there, and the first night we had like 60 fans. It was like a kind of a small show, but the people, they were singing the songs. There was a fan that brought us like a kind of a keychain, handmade with the BLOWFUSE logo for each one of us. There was another girl that
Amazing.
to paint the spiral in her belly, like big. They were asking for like, yeah, so kind of the same as we experience in Europe, but in the other side of the world. So that, of course, it's crazy, and they knew the songs. They're really big fans of BLOWFUSE.
And do you feel different between the Spanish audience and the audience around the world? What do you feel when you play at home and when you play abroad?
Well, the cultures are very different in general.
Yeah.
If you go to Japan, it's crazy because you play, they are crazy too. Not as violent. They are very like it's
Polite.
like they
Very
jump.
polite, very educated.
They are crazy too. They jump, they stage dive, they sing, they do everything, no? But then once you finish the song, they all shut up. They're very, very quiet. They listen to you carefully, and until you finish, they are very polite. They're listening to you. In Spain, you play, and everybody's talking at the same time. You know,
Like in
different.
Portugal.
Yeah, like Portugal, of course. We're the same. It's like going to play in France and Germany. All of them, they're very different crowds.
Yeah.
Do-
Have you ever thought about singing in Spanish or even in Catalan? Making songs in your own language?
Yes. This is one thing that we've talked about like for many years, but in the end, it felt natural in the beginning to sing in English, because the music that we used to listen, it was all in English. Like almost everything was American or whatever. So we started like that, and it felt natural. And yeah, like in 2013 when we decided to change our name to Blowfuse, we also talked about this, and we said like, okay, so what is our scope? You know, what uh, where do we want to reach? And we said we would love to get to every part of the world, basically.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We don't want to just be a band from Spain listened by Spanish people. And we say, sure, let's go, let's do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
We had a couple of weeks ago. We had the 45 years Bad Religion concerts here, and the first band was Cream. Do you know Cream?
Of course.
I loved Cream singing in Catalan.
Yeah,
I
Yes.
really love the way the energy, the power that
Yeah.
that they transmit when they sing in their own language. And we have some bands, punk rock and mostly hardcore bands in Portugal that also try to sing in Portuguese, and they know that their audience is only in the country, because when they try to go abroad, nobody understands them, and it's a bit harder. So
Well, sometimes they go to Ayamonte or
yeah,
to make a concert, but doesn't really count.
not too much too much abroad. So we understand that choosing to sing in English is the way that a band like yours that wants to go to the bigger stages in the world um, have to go that way. You you also have a very DIY mindset, like what you were talking a bit before, that spiritual way that you feel. You also do things by yourself mostly. Uh, what is that philosophy? Uh, why did you choose to go that way?
well,
We didn't choose it, right?
Yeah, it's yours.
It was
It
the
was
only way
The only way.
That's the only way.
was to do it ourselves.
Yeah,
I think it's two things. I think it's first, our personality in general. Oscar, Ricard, and I, we're we're very perfectionist. We really like to work in our projects as the main thing, as our baby. And the second thing is that, as my brother was saying, we didn't have any option, any alternative. I think once you have a big manager or a big label or something, and then you have the opportunity to have someone working for you and giving you the helping you to create stuff and giving you like a hand, that's the moment when you start to delegate. So that's why I think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
It's very hard for us to delegate because we trust ourselves so much, and we have had experiences in our life, in our career, that we have delegated and it didn't work because we didn't have the control of it. So we are kind of a free control in terms of punk rock in our band, which is a good thing and it's a bad thing.
And you know what? Sometimes when the bands start to delegate, it feels like they are losing their identity, because it's not their own work, but it's someone's is stepping into the creativity, and something is lost in the way.
What's magic in this band in Blowfuse, and I think that it's super difficult to find, is the shared vision that we have. Because you can share your vision, you can even explain it with words, with examples, but for someone to understand it, it's super difficult.
Yeah.
So in some aspects, in regards of image, attitude, mentality, ideals, and also music and videos, for example, the video clips, we have had a few quite a lot of examples of people trying replicate or imitate or do the things that how we do it, and we couldn't had many people understand it. So at the end, that's why we said like, okay, we will do everything. We will do the designs, the artwork, the video clips, the production, the pre-production, post-production, the recording, everything.
Everything.
Like
It's a four man's job.
it's almost everything. And if you're asking what is one of the reasons why BLOWFUSE is disbanding, personally I would say that this is one of the reasons, because we didn't find the middle point where it was useful to delegate and give and ask for help for other people to help us with social network, promotion, even with music or financially. It's something that I think we should have. One thing that definitely we could have done better.
Yeah, you are bringing in the hot topic, and we are going to go there. I have to say, because we're still in a state of denial after finding out that you're breaking out and ending the band. So the $1,000,000 questions: why?
Many reasons. I think it's not just
For
one
sure, it's
reason.
not just one.
But I guess it came to a point that we all had different motivations from the band, that also we understood the band differently, and it just like we had this conversation about it, and we said like, so what's the point on keeping doing this and keep doing this, right? And yeah, we said maybe
It's enough.
yeah, this is not as fun or as magical as it was before. So it's okay. So it's the next step, I guess. It's life. Like sometimes it's as easy as this. Like one day it's like, okay, it's not the same.
But
Yes.
do you have each one of you do you have a plan for the next day, or
Are you just gonna fade into the dark?
I think so what my brother, I think I can give you another point of view, and I think the motivation from each one of us was in a different level. You guys need to consider that we've been in the band for 18 years, so it's more than half a life. We were 15 years old and now we're 34, so it has been a crazy ride. One of the things that people don't understand, I think, is that when you have a project like this, you give your 100%, you give your life, you give your holidays, you sacrifice your
family.
relationships?
family, your relationships, your everything. And I think people understand that for 5 years. But think about it, 19 years of your life doing this, it's basically a life that you haven't had the other normal life.
Yeah.
So
You're in your youth, also your youth. Those 19 years were all your teenage years.
yeah, and it's amazing, and I wouldn't change any of that. But sometimes you just want that. You just want to have a bit of a normal life. You just want more consistency in the things that you do, because it has been super difficult to be consistent in BLOWFUSE and in other projects at the same time. Think about it. You have a 9 to 5 job or 9 to 6 job, and also you have BLOWFUSE. Then you quit this job, and then you go on tour. Then you go back, you record an album, you're out of gas, you need money. Then you start another job, then you work for 6 months, then you quit again, and then you do this for years.
Yeah.
It's really
Exhausting,
tiring.
isn't it?
Yes.
Really tiring. But so at the end, for the fans, think about it. 19 years in the band, already like this, it's memorable. Like doing this, we shouldn't feel like, oh my God, BLOWFUSE are disbanding. We should be like, they really made it almost 20 years, this is my opinion, to encourage fans. But so
So, in the meantime, you are playing in Lisbon soon. What can we expect? Because me and Hugo, we will be in the front row taking pictures of you.
Estás a gostar? Então apoia o underground nacional, subscreve o canal, faz like, deixa o teu comentário e partilha pelas tuas redes. Sim? Junta-te a nós. Anda!
Nice.
nice. What I think you can expect our. I think honestly, with you guys, honestly,
Of course.
I think that you can expect any different to the previous shows. I think we will be as in love with BLOWFUSE as before. So we might be a little bit sad, but we're gonna give our 100% just as like we did before.
We'll be sad together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Are we going to feel it's a farewell party, a farewell night to BLOWFUSE?
Well, like my brother said, we are kind of boring people. So after the show, I think we're going to bed, straight to bed. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe, yeah.
But I still have some questions because I have to do all of these ones that we have written so well. After all these years, can you tell us? Did you enjoy the ride?
Well, for sure.
Of
Like
course.
my brother said, we wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
And especially what I feel very lucky and grateful because it's been like we've learned so much. It's like the biggest lesson in life, for sure. Not just musically. I mean, like I said, we didn't know how to play an instrument, and I guess now we know. But besides that, it's like we also know how to run a business because it's a business. It's a band. It's a business. We've got to meet with people from all around the world. So also like our social skills have developed, and well, endless lessons from
Yes.
thanks to the band. So yeah.
And do you wish that something had gone different during the career?
Something that we. What is the question? Something that we.
That you could do it something in another way, something different during your career.
Yeah, I think I personally have. Yeah, I can think of many things. As I was saying before, trying to be a little bit more unattached to their own project, try to delegate to people, try to be a bit more practical in terms of, okay, we're not gonna spend 20-30K in recording an album. It's better to spend 5 or 10, and then the rest you can put it in promotion. But we are very, very perfectionist. I don't know if that's the word, that we want the exact sound that we wanted, and we made it, but at what cost, you know? So it could have helped us more in terms of impact to spend the money in promotion than in recording an album, for example. This is just one example. I don't know, what can you...
But
what-
you don't regret anything, don't you? Do you?
No.
No, I'm actually thinking about maybe, like, I don't know. Past is already past, right? Past is gone.
It's done.
Yeah, but maybe if we had more time, we would have had the opportunity to get like 200% in the band, and like, you know, like every musician has this dream of spending all their lives on just the music.
Yeah.
So it's just like, wow, man, because we all had works, jobs, different jobs at the same time. So this was really a struggle. But yeah, if we had the time,
So you couldn't live just off the music. You have to still work to make your
Yeah.
bills.
In almost the whole career, yes, but there was this small lapse of time that we were able to live off
On
from
music.
the band. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay,
just
now, so we have reached the most
no,
disastrous moment.
just one more. Just one more.
Just one more, okay, Hugo,
Just one more.
go ahead.
Just one more. I'm just missing one of the songs. Let me do this one. So,
Go ahead, sorry,
Richard,
mate.
Ricard, you won't be missing running your fingers by your guitar strings cold steel. That was the hardest one to get.
Yeah, for sure. We will definitely miss it, man. But no. I think you already asked this before,
And
but
we didn't answer.
but yeah, of course we have plans. Plans in the future. Yeah,
You will still be in music, for
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
for sure. Yeah,
You two
that's amazing.
together or different plans?
Yeah, we already talked about this, and yeah, we're definitely planning new stuff.
New stuff. Great.
Great. Do you want to disclosure anything to us?
No, the only thing that I can say is that we are, after almost 20 years of playing punk rock, and honestly, guys, I don't listen to punk rock, not a lot. I listen to a lot of different genres. We are considering now, if we would have a band, what genre we would play.
Rumba catalana.
Never. No, like that. No. But like, there's many genres and many styles that we listen to. So
Yeah.
how would it sound? We're thinking first about this, and then, well, first of all, we're thinking about when and how and with who, and then the genre.
One of my favorite current bands is Turnstile, and they evolved from hardcore to something much more independent, much more in a way that you can still listen to the hardcore in the music, but there's lots of different stuff, and they found a larger audience, just changing a bit, but never losing that way they started playing. I really love to hear that, and that's I guess the way to get interesting, to keep doing music, changing the style, but keeping the roots and keeping the way you work. I guess it's a way.
Yeah.
And now
we are jumping finally into the most disastrous moment of Caixa Negra. Hugo, go ahead.
you don't know because you usually don't see videos in Portuguese like ours. But Caixa Negra is the disastrous conversation, because we really look like those boxes that are on the planes when they fell down. All guys are dead, and the only thing that remains is the black box. So what I want to know is, in 19 years of BLOWFUSE, what was the most disastrous moment that you ever had? The craziest one. Tell us.
Oof. Let me think about it.
The one that somebody throws stones at you, or that a crazy fan went on stage and hugged you.
A girl showing the boobs.
Yeah.
That is not disastrous, man.
No.
No, it's craziest. It's the great.
I just remember a few, but they're not like crazy disastrous. For example, there's just a few, but nothing major. But I remember once we were going to play to Slovakia the first time, and we arrived with the van, and we were organizing the tours, the two of us, at the beginning, And then we arrived, we opened the door of the venue, and there was a venue, and the venue was pretty cool. There were some hardcore bands that they played already, and we went to the guy in the bar. It was like very very not cool. I was like, hey, who are you? We're the band. Sure, sure. They didn't listen to us, and we were like, at the end we asked, and they said, just talk to the promoter. He said, and we couldn't reach the promoter. We couldn't contact the promoter, and at the end, the guy from the bar told us, the concert is in a month, and we were like, what? No, the concert's today. So basically, the promoter, organized the show for the next month. So no one showed up there.
Well, actually, one
But
person.
but that was not true, because we were having dinner inside of the bar. At least they gave us dinner, at least. And then a young fan, like maybe 18 years old or something, came and said, "Are you BLOWFUSE?" And he came to us because he saw the show somewhere. So yeah, I don't know. It was a big fail.
Man, that's amazing. Going to Slovakia to have an 18-year-old fan on front of you. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really disastrous. And the craziest thing that ever happened in the show. What did you do? I guess BLOWFUSE shows are really energetic and really fun to you and to the audience. So I'm sure that there's never gonna be fights or something like that. But what there's something that you remember that happened in the show that really made the mark on you?
I know.
No?
I know. I think it's the Oscars jump. I think there's one specific jump that he did. We were playing in it was Barn and Roll with Offspring.
Yeah, burn and roll.
Barn and Roll with Offspring in 2019. We put out the record, the Daily Ritual, and I think we were in our peak. It was like we played with Bad Religion, NoFX, with Offspring. That year was like massive, and we were touring a lot. And then he jumped, like it was like a 3 meters distance. He jumped and it was crazy. Like we were fucking scared that he was gonna do that. He did it, and even with Fat Mike, with NoFX, Fat Mike came to us and said, "Are you these guys?" And he was like, "Are you fucking crazy?" And then we started to talk to them.
Man, that's amazing. Fat Mike telling you that you are crazy. It's really.
Yeah.
So you told us some disasters and crazy things, but my friend Pedro is a little angel on duty. He's the whitest and purest guy.
I'm the good cop.
Yeah, I'm the bad cop, so he's the good cop. Come on, Pedro, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I like to end on a peaceful note. So, what I want to know is what was the most glorious or most meaningful moment of your band history so far? I know that it will be in Lisbon soon.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Until now, tell me.
The one that you're going to tell your grandsons when they arrive. Little guy, I was in a band called BLOWFUSE, and the most glorious moment was.
Grandfather, tell me a story.
Oh, you know Man of War.
I think it's simple. We played in 2018. We played in Gasteiz's Calling in the north of Spain with I think it was the Punk and Roblick.
Yeah, Punk and Roblick Festival.
And then the manager from NoFX saw us live. He freaked out with the show. He came to us in the merch table and he said, "Guys, I love your band. I'm freaking out and I'm in love with you. And I want you guys to come with us to play and tour."
That's amazing.
And then we toured with them. And I think the craziest moment was to play in the first show, and we saw Fat Mike, we saw El Jefe, and we saw the 4 guys of NoFX listening to us like this, like they were enjoying a lot our music.
Yeah,
Touring with
that's a recognition, man. That's a recognition.
touring
That's
with
a
them.
medal on your chest.
Yeah.
For my personal, like, I think it's just the first moment of the band that when we started. I remember those as the most glorious ones. We were just kids, 17-year-old kids, 18, and we barely know anything about life in general. And even though we took we bought a band and we filled it up with a lot of stuff, instruments, and we said, let's tour around the world. And we said, yeah, let's tour for 2 months or even 3 months. Like the first one, I think it was 2 weeks, but the second one we said, let's try for 2 or 3 months. And wow, a lot of stories and experiences came out of those moments. I think those are the
Most meaningful.
Yeah.
the most meaningful
That-
moments for me.
That's freaking courageous to do that at 17.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
great.
Because you don't really think about anything like too much when you are 17, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but now that we're 34, it's like no, this is
Not again. Not again.
I would really think twice. Like no, this is a bad idea.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank God that ignorance is bliss. And
And you did it when you were 17.
yeah,
Do you want to make a shout out for your Portuguese fans to go to RCA on the 7th of next month?
for sure. Guys, this is the only chance to come see us, and it's gonna be a hell of a party. So you are more than welcome to be there. We'll give you the 100% as always. So see you there.
Great.
We will be there. We
We
will
will be
be there.
Okay, my friends. So we came to the end of our Caixa Negra today. We are closing Caixa Negra for today. Thank you so much for accepting our challenge of being here to tell your stories, your feelings, and we will see you for sure at RCA pretty soon, in the front row, taking pictures of you, rocking our heads out, and let's have a party.
All right.
All
Thank
the
you,
best
guys.
to you.
Thank you
Thank
very
And
much.
it was amazing to be talking with you. Really thank João to set this up. Really important for us. We are a small two-guy project doing it ourselves too, and it's very nice to have such lovely guys like you talking to us, that plays such good music that we listen to and that we are fans, as I'm telling you here. So 7th of June, 7 de junho no RCA, BLOWFUSE, último show em Lisboa,
Imperdível.
último de 3 shows, um em Madrid, um em Lisboa e um em Barcelona, hometown. Vai acabar, BLOWFUSE.
Obrigado.
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 Muito obrigado.
Obrigado, amigos. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
See how it